A big loss for a business after a morning fire at an auto repair shop. The Cincinnati Zoo's gorilla exhibit reopened today, more than a week after a gorilla was shot to save a child. We'll hear the unique story of a former paperboy in Muhammad Ali's old neighborhood, what he has to say about the boxing legend.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. A Jessamine County business owner is dealing with a major loss today.
A fire destroyed an auto body shop on Union Mill Road this morning. WKYT Sean Moody shows us what happened in our top story at 4:30.
Jessamine County firefighters were able to get that fire out pretty quickly, but it did heavily damage a body shop out in the county. The fire started around 9:15 this morning at this building along Union Mill Road. Firefighters said people inside were working on a car when some sparks flew and ignited the fire. It spread quickly.
We got the call. It was fully involved when we got here. Basically, all we could do was just surround it and drown it and stop any exposure.
They had it out before 10 o'clock, but by then the damage was done. The people inside got out safely.
No one got hurt. Basically, everything inside the structure is gone.
There was a lot inside there. Firefighters said there was a vehicle up on a lift and lots of body shop equipment. Firefighters said that building was set pretty far back from any other building, so there was no risk of exposure. In Jessamine County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
And one of the shop workers said they also lost construction equipment in that building.
A shooting injured an 8-year-old girl from Frankfort visiting family in Louisville for the summer. The shooting happened about 11 last night in the Park Duval neighborhood. The victim's aunt says the girl was inside a home when someone fired multiple shots outside.
They came through the wall. The whole side of the house is shot up. The front window shot up, and they was in the house innocently playing, getting ready for bed.
The bullet hit the girl in the leg. She was taken to Corsair Children's Hospital for treatment. No arrests have been made. A mother who had her conviction in her child's death overturned is a free woman. Back in 2012, a Louisville jury found Molly Strauss guilty of murder for leaving her 2-year-old in a hot car for 12 hours. The state Supreme Court overturned the conviction in September, saying under state law, Strauss should not have been tried on a murder charge. She has since pled guilty to manslaughter. A Louisville television station is reporting that she received a 5-year sentence and had served enough time to be released.
Deputies are searching for a woman who escaped from custody in eastern Kentucky. The Martin County Sheriff's Office arrested 33-year-old Belinda Ferguson after a traffic stop. While being taken to jail, they say she started complaining of chest pain and asked to go to the hospital. We're told she disappeared sometime after checking into the hospital, but before being released. The Cincinnati Zoo's gorilla exhibit reopened this morning, more than a week after the zoo shot and killed a gorilla to save a little boy. That boy climbed into the gorilla's enclosure over Memorial Day weekend. While the zoo director says the previous barriers were safe and inspected regularly, the zoo chose to revamp them for extra peace of mind.
We felt a new, bigger barrier helps reinsure our visitors and guests and redoubles our effort to make sure that our animals are safe and that our visitors are as well.
The zoo also added security cameras to the exhibit. The reopening comes one day after prosecutors announced the child's parents will not face charges for the incidents. Well, it might be June, but the weather feels more like September out there, but it won't last too long. We are headed for a real warm-up.
Makes me think about college football, Chris Bailey. What about you? You ready?
You ready to tailgate, my man?
Yes, sir.
I'm all ready for it. And as we roll through the next few days, still keeping that September feel around before we do kind of toast it up a little bit into the coming weekend. Short term, though, let's enjoy that northwesterly wind flow. Low to mid-70s, much of central and northern Kentucky as that cooler air continues to arrive from north to south. Think it's cool in Kentucky. Look at parts of Indiana and Ohio. It's 59 degrees in the northern parts of Indiana, 66 in Chicago, Columbus, Dayton, Ohio, 69, and that's the cooler air that continues to drop into the bluegrass state as we go through tonight and into the day tomorrow. Cold front that blew through here in the middle of the night with some gusty thunderstorms well to our south and southeast. And look at all that cool air that is bubbling up, some hail-producing showers and thunderstorms just to our east and northeast. Nothing across central and eastern parts of the bluegrass state. Defender Radar Network is calm and quiet. We're going to to keep the comfy air for Wednesday and Thursday. By Friday, a little humidity begins to creep back into the mix on the muggy meter, and I'll show you why that will lead to the threat for some thunderstorms when I come back in a few minutes.
It is something that many professional boxers failed to do against Muhammad Ali. But there's one former paperboy who can say he knocked out the boxing legend. Well, sort of.
Eric King introduces us to a man with some very special memories of Ali.
We all know how good he was, not just because of his Olympic and heavyweight titles, but because he was always quick to tell us.
Come this ugly, flat-footed Joe Frazier. I'll show you what a real champion is. I'm going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
But there is a story that hasn't been told, and Rich Powell is happy to tell it.
He was on my route on Grand Avenue.
In the early 1950s, Rich was growing up in the West End of Louisville. He worked as a paperboy. He delivered to Ali's house.
He was an active young man. Came by and he gave me a little love tap, and he came around and gave me a second love tap, and I said, Cassius, that was what he was called at that time, cut it out. He didn't do it, so I took the paper bag off and I walloped him one. We went to the ground, I got on top of him, and I said, Cassius, that's it. Don't do that anymore.
You heard him right. Little Rich knocked Cassius Clay to the ground with his newspaper bag, then made him stay there, a feat most professional boxers were unable to do in the years that followed. Rich says they were kids at the time and it was all in jest, but 10 years later, the two had another meeting. It was right after Ali won the 1960 Olympics.
Getting ready to pick my brother up the Courier Journal, who worked on the circulation desk, and I was on the elevator. The door opened, and Cassius Clay, who was getting ready for an interview with Kaywood Ledford, I believe, got on the elevator, looked at me and smiled and said, hello, paperboy.
This time there were no punches thrown.
I wasn't looking for a rematch either.
A fond memory from an old friend.
His impact was tremendous. I know he's such a genuine person, he really is. And I mean, he went through an awful lot, giving up his championship days during the peak of his career. And but he was proven right. And he caught a lot of grief over his beliefs, but he did believe in them and he stuck by them. He never forgot his roots here in Louisville.
Now, those are some pretty special memories. That was Eric King reporting. Tickets for Thursday's Islamic prayer service in Ali's honor were handed out today. Tickets for his public memorial at the KFC Yum Center on Friday will be released tomorrow at 10.
Kentucky State University offering help to students who have to find a new college. St. Catherine College in Washington County announced last week it will close at the end of July. KSU will waive application fees, offer a $900 scholarship and a book stipend to the school's students. Eastern Kentucky University, Morehead State, and Georgetown College have also offered to help St. Catherine students.
A Lexington businessman will be sworn in on the Fayette County School Board next week. The Herald Leader reports Ray Daniels, who owns Area Waffle Houses, will be the newest member of the board. Daniels says he plans to bring his business and leadership skills to the job. He also says he will run in the November election for a 4-year term. Daniels is also the chairman of the Kentucky Community and Technical College System Foundation. A traffic alert if you'll be traveling Interstate 64 tonight. The right lane of I-64 westbound will be closed between mile points 55 and 56 in Franklin County from 6 until midnight. The closure will allow workers to patch the bridge over the Kentucky River and give the new concrete time to cure. A big boost for the arts here in Kentucky. The National Endowment for the Arts has awarded nearly $750,000 to the Kentucky Arts Council. The money will go towards several projects around the state. Some of those projects include the addition of a folklorist to Cumberland Gap National Park and the Pioneer School of Drama in Danville.
An app that takes you back in time. I'm Hannah Daniels in Times Square. I'll have that story coming up.
Wait, don't buy furniture now because a big secret is coming. Starting Friday, Ashley Home Store is having a sale so epic. We're closing on Thursday to prepare. Huge savings for every room. Incredible finance offers. Ashley Home Store Secret Sale is back. Do not miss it.
Do you want to lose weight quickly and safely? Do you want to be healthy for a lifetime? Kim did and lost 238 pounds at Ageless Medical Weight Loss. Betty did and lost 135 pounds. The Ageless program is a medically supervised, affordable weight loss solution. Call today for a free consultation.
Guys, I know wait! Yeah, wait! We can finally stop playing these wedding gigs and start rocking out!
Hey guys, what's going on?
hope you got that ticket in the same place, bro.
Oh, it was Ronnie starting to get the ticket.
No, Ronnie. We let Ronnie go last week.
The only way you can win Kentucky's Powerball or Mega Millions jackpot is if you actually buy your ticket.
Ronnie!
These guys represent blood cells. If you have AFib not caused by a heart valve problem, Pradaxa helps stop blood cells from pooling in the heart, forming a clot which can travel to the brain and cause a stroke. Pradaxa was better than warfarin at reducing stroke risk in a study. In the rare event of an emergency, Pradaxa has a specific reversal treatment to help you clot normally again.
Pradaxa is not for people who have had a heart valve replacement. Don't stop taking Pradaxa without talking to your doctor. Stopping increases your risk of stroke or blood clots. Ask your doctor if you need to stop Pradaxa before any planned medical or dental procedure. Pradaxa can cause serious and sometimes fatal bleeding. Don't take Pradaxa if you have abnormal bleeding, and seek immediate medical care for unexpected signs of bleeding like unusual bruising. Pradaxa may increase your bleeding risk if you're 75 or older, have kidney problems, stomach ulcers, a bleeding condition, or take certain medicines. Side effects with Pradaxa can include indigestion, stomach pain, upset, or burning.
Ask your doctor about Pradaxa and its specific reversal treatment.
If you have questions about your accident, the consultation is free, and you don't pay us unless we're successful. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on News Radio 630 WLAP.
Wait, don't buy furniture now because a big secret is coming. Starting Friday, Ashley Home Store is having a sale so epic. We're closing on Thursday to prepare. Huge savings for every room. Incredible finance offers. Ashley Home Store secret sale is back. Do not miss it.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Great looking sky across central and eastern Kentucky this afternoon. Yeah, the sky is beautiful, but I'll tell you, you walk outside, it's summer, and all of a sudden it feels like September, doesn't it? Humidities are down, temperatures are into the 70s. Charmed life we are living. Live WKYT Skycam. That's the WKYT Weather Garden there amongst the trees, fields in the back, and a little bit of cloud cover trying to creep in. 75 degrees right now in Lexington. Winds are gusty, 15 miles per hour. Look at that humidity, though. It's only 40%. So you go outside the next few days, take a big, deep breath of air, and no problems from the sticky conditions. 74 Maysville cool spot. Richmond, good afternoon. 77 current temperature here. Likewise for the good folks into Somerset in Pulaski County. Defender radar network, not a whole lot out there. Forget about it. Let's move on, see where we're going. Nothing tomorrow, nothing into Thursday on your 3-day threat track. Still sunshine and nice. Friday, we start to muggy it up a little bit, and there's a chance for a stray shower or thunderstorm during that time. Let's break down the next 24 hours. Upper 40s in the valleys, everybody else low 50s. Look at tomorrow afternoon. Noontime, it's still upper 60s. Tomorrow afternoon, 70 to 75, depending on exactly where you are. And tomorrow evening, as the sun sets, if you're out around 10 or 11 tomorrow evening, you may actually need a jacket or a sweatshirt, with 55 degrees showing up by 11 o'clock. Hour by hour forecast now that'll take us into the transition from September back to summer. 11 this evening, A-OK. Early tomorrow morning, still some high clouds coming in with that northwesterly wind flow around here. Upper 40s, low 50s, 66 around noontime. Tomorrow afternoon, low 70s, maybe as good as it can get. That's pretty darn good into most areas. There we see those 50s tomorrow evening. Cue the 40s. For Thursday morning. That's right, the 40s will begin the day for a lot of us on Thursday. We could be deep into the mid-40s into parts of eastern Kentucky to start out what looks to be another sun-filled day. The winds are going to be gusty on Thursday, and then watch what happens by Friday morning. A little shower and thunderstorm action creeping on in from northwest to southeast. What's happening? Warmer, more humid air is trying to fight in, and that cool air is still trying to punch back just a little bit as we go into the weekend. 7-day forecast. We've got temperatures tomorrow, 73, 79 on Thursday, still nice. Can't rule out a storm or two on Friday, 85. We should push 90, should see the first 90 of the year this weekend. I say should because I've scaled the temperatures back just a little bit compared to yesterday, especially early next week, guys. That heat does make a run at us. but some storms and cooler air tries to cut it off at the pass late Sunday into Monday.
So not quite as warm as you thought it was going to be.
Not quite as warm, but still upper 80s to around 90 degrees, especially on Saturday and then late Sunday, Monday. We get a cool front in here. I strongly suspect that's the pattern of the summer again, where we get these little bursts of heat for a day or two, then all of a sudden the numbers drop back again. No one pattern is just going to take over this summer.
That's good.
That is good.
That's good. Chris, thank you.
You bet.
Tropical storm Colin made landfall in Florida overnight. The storm dumped heavy rains as well as knocked down trees and power lines. Florida's governor has declared a state of emergency in a dozen counties. The storm eventually moved north and is heading out into the Atlantic Ocean. The National Hurricane Center has since discontinued all tropical storm warnings. Want to travel back in time? Well, there's an app for that. Time Looper is a virtual reality travel app that gives you a front seat to history using your smartphone.
Sounds really interesting. Hannah Daniels tells us how this technology may soon be coming to a city near you.
It's like a virtual time machine, giving you a glimpse of the past.
My word, it's so cool.
While you're standing in the present.
Really cool. I've never seen anything like that in my life, I swear.
A new app called Time Looper gives you a 360-degree view of key moments in history, like the 1931 construction of the Empire State Building. The phone can be used by itself or inside cardboard virtual reality goggles for a 360-degree view. And it knows if you're in the same place as the historic video. We took it to Times Square, where users were transported back to August 1945. When New Yorkers celebrated the end of World War II.
What was your favorite part?
The kiss at the end. I remember seeing that.
Yeet Yitash helped create the app.
This was my childhood dream.
New York is not the only city where you can have this time travel experience.
Users can experience London during World War II, or see how villagers lived in 1255. There's also a 360-degree view of London's Great Fire of 1666.
I teach history, and that would be an awesome tool to use.
Actors and computer-generated imagery help create these historic moments that come to life before your eyes. Hannah Daniels, CBS News, New York.
Fascinating. Time Looper's next location will be the Great Wall of China.
Skincare 101. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about, all about taking care of your skin today at Privé Med Spa.
New Monday.
There it is again, that song.
Davies are back, right? From the creators of The Good Wife
Why do we have to be the party of adults?
comes a new series.
It's my boss. That's his ringtone? Why? That song.
You just might think is crazy.
You're insane.
I'm the sanest man in this room. Brain Dead. Premieres CBS Monday.
Get the credit approval you deserve at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Nicholasville. If you have a job and $199, you can be approved today. During the Drive and Discover event 2016, Jeep Cherokee's $199 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
If you have arthritic knee pain that's stopping you from enjoying life, this new information about osteo relief could be for you. Specially trained local doctors are now using advanced medical science to finally make headway for people suffering from knee arthritis pain. It may even be for those who suffer from bone on bone and are considering knee replacement surgery. Are you one of the millions of Americans who have difficulty with simple everyday tasks, rising from a chair, walking, climbing stairs without using the handrail? If so, the Osteo Relief method utilizes cutting-edge video motion imaging. With this imaging, these doctors can precisely guide an FDA-approved cushioning gel to relieve pain and help heal your knees. This innovative procedure is covered by Medicare and most major insurance if you qualify. And you'll be walking out in as little as 15 minutes. For a limited time, these specially trained doctors are offering a risk-free screening. Call to schedule your knee relief screening today.
Discover Summer will make this summer fun, active, and educational. Pick up your map to adventure at any Lexington Public Library location. Earn points by attending a library program or trying a new library service. Find a complete list of how to earn points at lexpublib.org/discoversummer. Complete your map to adventure by earning 100 points before July 31st and turn in your completed map at any library location to earn a prize and enter for even bigger prizes.
Greatness isn't about creating one masterpiece and calling it a day. It's about challenging yourself to create a masterpiece every time. Come celebrate a half-century of innovations at the Kawasaki Golden Anniversary Sales Event. Save up to $2,500 plus 0% financing on select models at participating dealers. Visit Kawasaki.com to find a dealer near you.
Visit Kawasaki of Jackson the weekend of June 11th to test drive a new Kawasaki.
Save thousands at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Nicholasville, where you get 25% off MSRP on all the remaining new 2015s in stock. That's up to $14,000 off MSRP. Make the short drive to Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. WKYT.
Now, taking care of your skin is important, especially as we enter the time of year where many of us spend more time outside.
WKYT's Deanne Stevens is out and about at Privé Med Spa to show us how they can help.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at Privé Med Spa. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do this and this. We are talking about skincare today. It is summer. Summer is here. You got to take care of your skin, people, and we're going to start with sunscreen. Tiffin is with us. Tiffin, people sometimes, you know, we all talk about sunscreen a lot more today than we did even 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
But for women and us that are worried about skin, of brown spots, those of us that are worried about brown spots.
That's the biggest concern with most women, is the pigment that comes up.
Let's talk about that sunscreen and how it's critical in our everyday use.
Well, the new super screen that we have now, it covers not only the UVA and the UVB rays, but also the infrared rays that we get, the heat that brings up the pigment. So you can you can have sunscreen on and be under an umbrella, but just from the heat from the sun can pull that pigment. So we recommend that you wear the super screen to help prevent that. We also have chemical peels where you can come once a month and have a treatment.
Be careful how close you get. Sorry. So chemical peels, and you guys have many different things that help men and women
products
with spots.
We can use. We also have this wonderful treatment, it's the hydrofacial, that combines the combination of microderm, chemical peel, facial, hydration, and infuses your skin with all these vitamins and minerals. It's a wonderful treatment, and at the end you can actually see what comes out of your pores and off of your skin to see how actual clean your skin becomes after having just one treatment.
Wow. Yes. And that's something you guys have some club membership too.
We do. It's Club Privé. It's a monthly membership that you get to come and have either a microderm, chemical peel, or a facial every month. And you can also upgrade to treatments like the hydrofacial. We have an oxygen facial. You get discounts on products, injectables as well. It's a wonderful club to be in.
Okay, you've got to tell us, why is it critical for even, you know, I have kids. Why is it critical for them at their age now? We didn't think about that when we were kids.
When we were kids, we had suntan lotion. We didn't even have the SPF. Maybe it was a 2 or a 4. Now we've got better science behind all of the sunscreens. It's good to teach them while they're young, so that when they become older, they'll be, you know, doing it on a regular basis. But not only that, it helps prevent from having sun damage and skin cancers and sunspots that we are dealing with now.
Okay, we are talking Skincare 101. Get your sunscreen, folks, or get to a place like Privé to help with your skin care. They are located, by the way, in Lansdowne Shopping Center. Now you need to go so I can take my makeup off and get to my real facial here. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
All right, we want her to rest there.
Tough job.
Yeah, tough job. A Minnesota judge has approved a set of guidelines to speed up the process of who has a legal claim over Prince's estate.
Now, people who wish to make a claim have until Friday to file sworn statements proving a genetic link to the music icon. Some of those who have filed will need DNA testing. Prince died of a drug overdose on April 21st. Today is his 58th birthday. Today has been declared Prince Day in Minnesota in honor of the music icon's 58th birthday. As we mentioned, there will be a dance party in Minneapolis paying tribute to him. Celebrations have also been planned around the world, including one in Dublin, Ireland. V Magazine printed some never-before-seen pictures of Prince to mark his birthday as well.
The heir to the Hostess snack cake empire will soon be the new owner of the Playboy Mansion. Darren Metropolis, who is buying the mansion, already owns the property adjacent to it. The mansion was listed for $200 million, but there's no word on the final deal. Playboy founder Hugh Hefner will get to stay at the mansion for the rest of his life. He is 90 years old. Britain's Prince Harry is using sports as a way to empower young people and communities. The Prince visited an amateur boxing club in South London that's helping at-risk youth change their life. Prince Harry met with the young boxers and talked with them about their experiences. The Prince says boxing is one of his favorite sports.
It's a sneak attack caught on tape, but you might be surprised how it ends. We'll show you next in Take a Look at This.
Clients come into the office. The government has said, no, I don't believe you. You're not disabled.
The major problem with Social Security disability is that most people who sign up are denied at the initial level. If your claim's denied, don't give up. Call us immediately. We'll appeal your case.
We can do an effective job of representing you that will get you the benefits that you deserve.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast, 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
Excellence.
Nurturing.
Rooted.
Diversity.
Experience personal, academic, and spiritual growth at Campbellsville University.
Dad, who's Captain D?
Legend has it, it was World War II fighter pilot Captain George Dillinger who crash-landed on a deserted island. He survived there for years, perfecting his seafood recipes, until he learned that the island wasn't so deserted after all.
That's not true, is it?
Not even a little, Bobby. The truth is, our new Fish and D's Jumbo Coconut Shrimp Meal is sure to be one of your favorites, like our popular sampler meal. For full meals starting at $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
Nothing brings a family together like fun around the backyard pool. Here is your last chance to make that happen, and the price has never been better. For a limited time, Blue World Pools has the big 15 by 24 Econoline pool for not $3.99, not even $3.49. If you call now, that pool can be yours for only $2.99. That price still includes pump, filter, liner, ladder, and a free automatic pool cleaner. All that including free installation on your ready site for just $2.99. That's a $1,995 value for only $2.99. That's awesome! Call Blue World Pools now and take advantage of this incredible offer. Want more pizzazz? Of course you do! So jump up to our midline pool or grab for it all with Blue World Pools' top-of-the-line classic pool, the ultimate in high-style living. The choice is yours. But remember, this is your last chance to take advantage of our limited-time offer. The price will never get any better than this. How could it? Call Blue World Pools right now and beat that heat.
We're both runners, although sometimes I'm more of a walker. But today was a great day to get outside, Amber. I mean, it was so nice out there this morning.
Yeah, just anything. Doesn't matter if you're walking, running, just go outside and enjoy it. And Chris, a great night shaping up for us as well.
It is, and you know what? My Fitbit, guys, is telling me I still have a few thousand steps to go to meet my daily goal, so I'm going to get outside and enjoy it this evening. I suggest you do as well. It doesn't get a whole lot better than what we are seeing out there now. A lot of mid-70s into the entire area. Jackson, we've dropped it now to 74 degrees, 75 Frankfort, Lexington 75, mix of sun and some fair weather cumulus clouds that are out there showing up, and nothing is on your Defender radar network. It is an absolutely gorgeous afternoon in the Bluegrass State. We get a few more days of this before we start to change it up, and I'll talk about that coming up in the next half hour. Right now, let's check on traffic with Officer Don.
A live look at Lexington rush hour traffic and one collision working at the moment. That one's in Nicholasville in Toronto. Outbound lane of Nicholasville Road affected by that crash, but it looks like they'll get it cleared before too long here. We can see slowdowns all around that area, though, and in fact, especially inbound right now, it looks like Nicholasville Road in front of the mall. Now, as far as drive times go so far, that is going to impact us headed from downtown toward Nicholasville, of course, into Jessamine County. We're still holding about 15 minutes. Versailles about 12 minutes. Paris, we're looking at 20. Now back to you in the studio.
A jaguar makes a sneaky non-attack and a view inside a jellyfish.
It's the video that will have you talking. Let's take a look at this. When you see this panther sneaking up on a man at an animal sanctuary in Mexico, it doesn't seem like that's going to end well. Just as the jaguar prepares to pounce, the man turns and the two end up having a playful interaction. So it turns out the man is familiar with big cats. He and his organization have saved hundreds of animals. So they're friends. Beautiful animal.
Beautiful indeed. All right, it is a fish eat fish world out there, and one photographer captured it on camera. An Australian ocean photographer captured this picture while snorkeling. The fish kept trying to get free, but the jellyfish just wouldn't let it go. The photographer says he thought about helping the fish out, but he decided to just let nature run its course. Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Children in Flint, Michigan have turned the city's water crisis into art. The University of Michigan's Early Childhood Center has been using empty water bottles sent to the city during the crisis and turning them into chandeliers. The project is inspired by the works of famed glass artist Dale Chihuly. The artist praised their work, shared a picture of it on Facebook, and sent the children T-shirts and art kits.
It's really beautiful when you see it, and a great way to turn something that's sort of been so negative up there into something really positive and beautiful for those kiddos.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, stick with us. Here's what we're working on for you now at 5 o'clock.